Could there be new faces welcomed into the PLP? Tonight on our news, the Progressive Liberal Party set to ratify a new slate of candidates. Also,
the Bahamas receiving a boost in its sovereign credit rating from an international organization. Why is this important and why should you care? Stay tuned to our news tonight for the details.
And letter in hand, the unions versus government showdown continues for a second day. Then in our news at 7:30, Brian Brown will be ready. The F&M leader says whenever the time comes for Golden Isles, his party's candidate is set for the race. Our news live at 7 starts right now. Welcome to our news live at 7. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Kendino Knowles. The Progressive Liberal Party gearing up for its candidate ratification event at its headquarters tonight. Excitement building ahead of the big reveal with PLP supporters and hopefuls gathering as the event set to get underway. Earlier today, Darren Pickstock, he confirmed on social media he's among the candidates to be officially ratified, calling it a humbling moment. Our Berthany McDermott joins us live outside the PLP headquarters with that event set to begin soon. And Berthany, what can you tell us?
That's right, Kendino. The energy here at the Progressive Liberal Party here on Farrington Road definitely high as crowds of supporters gather here in anticipation of their candidate being ratified in the run-up to the next general election. Now, we are standing behind the party's headquarters, and if my cameraman can just pan a bit here, you can see that in the back here is really starting to fill out with everyone dressed in their PLP shirts, and these shirts represent their candidates. Now, we can tell you that the party will ratify 13 candidates here tonight, among them, like you mentioned, Darren Pickstock, who we can tell you will be ratified for the Golden Isles constituency. We also understand that Sebastian will be ratified tonight for Fort Charlotte. He made that acknowledgement on social media this morning. We can also tell you that Leon Lundy's in that number. Energy and Transport Minister JoBeth Colby Davis, she's the MP for Elizabeth. She's in the number as well. Golden Gates MP, Pia Glover Roll, as well as Carmichael MP, Keith Bell, as well as Jomo Campbell. We can also see him and along with others like Jamal Strawn and Mario Boleg, all ratified here tonight. Now, of course, that's not the full 13, but again, 13 candidates will be ratified, and the end of the night, we expect to hear from party leader, Prime Minister Philip Davis. Now, of course, if you're trying to get here, it's gonna be a bit difficult. The Farrington Road area completely blocked off. Again, tons of enthusiastic supporters all coming to hear from the party's leadership and to see who will be ratified here tonight. But of course, we'll be here for all of it and bringing you the latest bit of information. But for now, coming to you live from the PLP's headquarters here on Farrington Road, I'm Berthany McDermott, sending it back to you on the desk, Kendino.
All right, thanks so much for that, Berthany. We'll check back in with you at 7:30. Meanwhile, opposition leader Michael Pintard dismissing an apology from the leader of the Coalition of Independents the day after a public spat between the two went viral. The confrontation between Pintard and Lincoln Bain unfolding as he was leaving Parliament Wednesday in the midst of union protests. The back and forth in Parliament Square captured and circulated online. At a church service that evening, where both party leaders were present, Bain offered an apology as he addressed the congregation. When asked about it Thursday, Pintard had this response.
It is most unfortunate that there are persons in the society who have the ability to lie on people and seek to damage their reputation and do so consistently. And when convenient, they don't say what I said was false. I know it to be false. I intended it to be injurious. And I now withdraw and apologize. That's an apology to me. And so it is most unfortunate, and in short order, I'll have another answer.
And a second day of protests by Bahamas National Alliance of Trade Union Congress over grievances and delayed salary payments. Their protests taken to the steps of the Office of the Prime Minister. Berthany McDermott, he was there earlier today. He picks up the story from here.
The Bahamas National Alliance of Trade Union Congress on a second day of protests, which President Belinda Wilson describes as a lot more peaceful. Congress affiliates marching from Goodman's Bay to the office of the Prime Minister with a letter for him. Wilson telling the media this was to ensure the Prime Minister is fully aware of their concerns.
The most important thing in here is that we're saying to the Prime Minister and his team that you left the table. So you must come back to the table, and we are open for discussions, and we await a date, time, and venue.
Public servants protesting for the second time over delayed salary payments and for an audience with the Prime Minister that didn't happen. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Education in a statement Thursday confirming all public schools were open, even though some teachers did call in. The second day of protests at OPM happening as Prime Minister Philip Davis was meeting with leaders of the Trade Union Congress, the Bahamas Educators Managerial Union, and the Bahamas Educators Counselors and Allied Workers Union. But Wilson didn't seem bothered by the timing.
If the Prime Minister is of the view that he needs to meet with the other two unions or congresses and ignore the BNATUC, that's his right. But I have a right and an obligation to do what I'm doing this morning.
Education Director Dominique McCartney Russell telling the Nassau Guardian just over 30% of teachers missed school during the protest on Wednesday. Wilson claims her calculations are off.
I believe that the numbers that the Director of Education gave must have been very early, because her numbers were incorrect. They were off. Much more impact was done. We really, it's like when your parent have to discipline you, it hurts them more. It hurts the teachers for us to leave the little darlings who we love.
At the office of the Prime Minister, Wilson was able to deliver the letter signed and received by OPM Communications Director Latree Ramming.
Take the questions to the PM, then afterwards you'll get some answers.
Now, Wilson says they're giving the Prime Minister all of next week to review that letter and get back to them. Reporting for our news, I'm Berthany McDermott.
And our Delvado Emmanuel, he'll share the outcome of those meetings coming up in our news at 7:30. The country's economy is climbing, according to a recent report by Standard & Poor Global Ratings in September, bumping our nation's status to BB- from B+. S&P using data collected from the National Statistical Institute, and it has the economy heading in the right direction. Joshua Williams spoke with an economist.
Standard & Poor Global Ratings, a respected global credits agency, bumping the Bahamas to a BB- from a B+. The report credits our nation's strong cruise tourism and large-scale investment projects across the Family Islands. It goes on to say the government's tax compliance efforts have helped reduce the fiscal deficit and contain the sovereign's debt burden, thus the positive rating. But what does this all mean? Economist and former State Minister of Finance Zhivago Lang explains.
That means that people who invest in government bonds will now see less risk associated with purchasing those bonds, and the government will be likely to pay less money to borrow from those investors.
The stable outlook, reflecting the rating agency's expectations that GDP growth prospects will remain solid and that long-term growth will align with that of peers at the same level of development. S&P is just one of several long-term credit rating agencies. You may be familiar with names such as Fitch and Moody, who also provide credible analysis.
They're fairly reliable. I mean, lots of private and public investors look to them to do the kind of due diligence about the financial affairs of not just countries but companies to get a sense of what the risk profile is, and if they had to do that work themselves, it would be very costly.
The reports are not final, however. They can change with both positive and negative outcomes always on the table.
And while these reports are important, how does it affect the pockets of taxpayers, and why should you care?
It doesn't have as high a deficit likely. It doesn't have to have as high a deficit. And if that doesn't happen, that doesn't press the government to look for revenue, which might mean taxing the citizens more. And then it also frees up some money that the government could use to benefit Bahamians in the whole.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
All right, thanks, Josh. National Junkanoo Committee, NJC, taking over responsibility for the management of parades in New Providence. a role previously held by the Junkanoo Corporation of New Providence. Speaking at the Office of the Prime Minister's weekly press briefing, NJC executives, they faced questions about the transition, including how it will affect judging, disqualifications, and parade standards. Deputy Chair Calvin Green says the public can expect a smooth season. He says the committee, they're finalizing rules and will meet with Junkanoo leaders soon, confirming all A groups will be included in competition. There will be no exhibition category. Disqualifications will be replaced by deductions, and new features and activities are planned to enhance the experience.
All T's are crossed, ducks in a row, and whatever we practiced in the past in terms of how Junkanoo was run or operated, we will lose none of that. In fact, we might be even more intense in what we want to achieve this year. We're running the parade, we're putting together our own program, and so we're going to stick with that, and we'll see that the chips fall where they may.
All right, and plans were also announced for the Family Islands. Festivities kick off December 27th in Eleuthera, followed by Exuma on January 3rd, Grand Bahama January 9th through 12th, and the National Junkanoo Junior Junkanoo Parade in the capital on January 28th. Now, additional parades also set for Andros and Abaco in February. All right, we've got much more to get to tonight, but for now, it's time for your first look at temperatures. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is standing by in the Weather Center. Greg.
Yeah, thanks, Gideon. Happy Thursday evening, everybody. Good to be back in the studios after that family reunion in Eleuthera. Shout out to the McKinneys here. And of course, we had a little bit of rain, but I heard you had quite a bit of rain here in the capital as well. Nice on the outside, 81 degrees with a few clouds. Your winds out of the north-northeast at 10 miles per hour. Feels like temperature is at 86. Lovely conditions around the islands right now. Temperatures in the upper 70s to low 80s. 79 in Freeport, Grand Bahama, Marsh Harbor, Abaco. We pick up 81s, Alistown, Bimini, Nicholstown, Andros here in the capital. 80 in Great Harbor Key and over in Governor's Harbor, where I just came from. Central Bahamas, Kemps Bay, 81, 81 in Black Point, Exuma, Georgetown, Deadman's Key, Port Nelson, Pier 80s in Arthurstown, Cat Island, Copen Townsend, Salvador, and in the Southeast Bahamas, 81 in Duncantown, Ragged Island, Delectable Bay, Matthewtown, Inagua, Colonel Hill, Cricket Island, and Abrahams Bay, 80, 89, Providenciales. That temperature is a little on the high side. I think that may be a little on the very high side there. Satellite radar composite, frontal boundary that moves through us and dumped quite a bit of rainfall across that area over the weekend. That has pushed well towards the south, mostly across Hispaniola. Some showers and isolated thunderstorms likely to be affecting the very southern islands, Inagua, possibly even the Turks and Caicos Islands. But there is a reinforcing boundary that's going to be pushing into our area, merging with that front. So we're looking at some reinforcing, nice cool air for the next couple of days. That's your first look at weather. Stick with us. A look at your extended forecast is still to come.
Coming up in sports, we hit a few real and simulated racetracks. We go to the minor league baseball diamond and eventually Government House.
I get it. You can order stuff on wimauto.com and pay for it online.
Greg Thompson here, and thank you for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button. And if you want to see more content like this, follow all of our news social media pages. And hey, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team you already trust.
NFL season is back, and Cable Bahamas is bringing the action straight to you.
Okay, so I take it from here. This season, Cable Bahamas is the Bahamas' #1 NFL provider. More games than ever before. With any live fiber infinite bundle, Trio or Trio Plus, you unlock Thursday Night Football, Sunday Ticket in 4K, and every highlight that matters. Just opt in the Sports X for $5 a month.
And don't miss a touchdown. Sign up now.
Watch Thursday Night Football exclusively with the Rev and the Live Fiber on channel 747 and 748.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
And I was just telling my friend I wish I could get my Our News updates sent to my phone, like a WhatsApp message or something, you know?
Haven't you heard?
Well, who say that?
It's me, Jerome, your news godfather, and I'm here to update your life.
Well, how do you plan to update my life exactly? Because I don't think I'm understanding. Care to elaborate?
Our News has launched its broadcast channel, so now most important updates come straight to your WhatsApp.
Dad, so you tell me that I have access to real-time updates and news at 7:30?
Yes, you get it first and direct and unfiltered.
Okay.
It's perfect for our viewers who want to stay on top.
Welcome to Our Sports at 7, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. Let's do show. When I was a kid, I watched superhero cartoons, and that never inspired me to do anything but ask for more action figures. What Ryan Woodside watched as a kid set him on a path to a career in motorsports. Woodside has charted his racing course using simulated racing and social media to increase his profile and earn new opportunities in the sport. Inspired by the Disney Pixar film Cars, Woodside began his racing journey primarily through video games. After moving several times between Calgary, Alberta, Canada, at home in the Bahamas, to the United States in Virginia and Tennessee, Woodside nearly gave up on his pursuit of the sport due to its costly nature and lack of sponsorship. Forearm fatigue. It could mean anything, it could mean nothing. The ambiguity of a sports team's injury report is meant to leave us all recklessly speculating. So we'll just hope Sebastian Walcott is back to the field pretty soon. The Texas Rangers' top prospect has been shut down from his Arizona Fall League stint due to forearm fatigue. Walcott is expected to rest for about a week before he's reevaluated. Just before the shutdown, he showed exactly why he's so highly regarded in the organization for the surprise Cigueros. He drilled 2 hard-hit balls, 104.3 miles per hour to center, followed by a 110 mile per hour double nearly in the same spot. Some of the country's most high-profile athletes were among the latest group of patriots to receive national honors. Hundreds of national heroes were recognized at the 2025 National Honors on National Heroes Day at Government House. Among them, several pro athletes received the Order of Distinction Companion, including 6-time WNBA All-Star Jonquel Jones and Olympic gold medalist Stephen Gardner, who were both on hand at the ceremony. That'll do it for Our Sports. Stay tuned to Our News at 7:30 for details on these stories and more.
When Our News comes back from the break, we turn our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world as the World Health Organization welcomes news of the long-awaited ceasefire in Gaza. Plus, we'll tell you the nearly $200 million fine for 3 well-known European luxury brands. And the new content standards for teens, Instagram says, will keep things PG-13 when Our News returns.
NFL season is back, and Cable Bahamas is bringing the action straight to you.
Okay, Zai, let I take it from here. This season, Cable Bahamas is the Bahamas' #1 NFL provider. More games than ever before. With any live fiber infinite bundle, Trio or Trio Plus, you unlock Thursday Night Football, Sunday Ticket in 4K, and every highlight that matters. Just opt in the Sports X for $5 a month.
And don't miss a touchdown. Sign up now.
Watch Thursday Night Football exclusively with Rev and the Live Fiber on channel 747 and 748.
I was just telling my friend I wish I could get my Our News updates sent to my phone, like a WhatsApp message or something, you know?
Haven't you heard?
Well, who say that?
It's me, Jerome, your news godfather, and I'm here to update your life.
Well, how do you plan to update my life exactly? Because I don't think I'm understanding. Care to elaborate?
Our News has launched its broadcast channel, so now most important updates come straight to your WhatsApp.
Dad, so you tell me that I have access to real-time updates and news at 7:30?
Yes, you get it first and direct and unfiltered.
Okay.
It's perfect for our viewers who want to stay on top of what's going on.
Well, I want to stay in tune. Are you talking about like recent crimes and political updates and heartfelt stories as well as sports coverage?
We're talking exclusive updates, behind-the-scenes content, major announcement, everything you actually care about.
Nice. I love the sound of that. So this is like VIP access to the news you don't want to know. So what are you waiting for? Be sure to press the notification bell on the WhatsApp broadcast channel so that you don't miss out on all of the real-time updates.
More than 20 years in the making and still growing. Everywhere you turn, our news is there. From Charybdis to Karakoram, the commendation of a queen, the coronation of a king, the controversies, our culture, in times of conscience and collective grief, connecting the stories of a country coming into its own, from then to now and still to come. Our news is everywhere, always there when it counts.
This is our news. Welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. World Health Organization welcoming news of a long-awaited ceasefire in Gaza and the release of hostages after 2 years of relentless conflict. In a statement this week, the WHO praised extraordinary courage of health workers who continue to serve their communities despite overwhelming challenges. Only 13 of 36 hospitals and just 62 of 179 primary health centers remain partially functional, according to authorities. Now, the WHO says the road to recovery is immense. The European Commission has fined luxury brands Gucci, Chloe, and Loewe a combined 157 million euros. That's nearly $183 million for price fixing. Officials say the companies restricted independent retailers from setting their own prices, even limiting discounts and sale periods. The Commission called it a clear violation of European competition rules, saying it hurt consumers and fair trade. Meta rolling out what it calls its biggest update yet to Instagram's teen accounts, guided by PG-13 movie ratings. Starting this week, users under 18 will automatically be placed into a new 13-plus content setting, limiting what they can see on the platform to materials similar to a PG-13 movie. Meta says the change is designed to help parents better understand Instagram's content rules using a system they already recognize. Under the new guidelines, teens will no longer see posts featuring marijuana, alcohol, or extreme stunts. Well, it's a busy time in the skies above the Bahamas for bird watchers as millions of migratory birds make their way south for the winter. Experts say this year's season, one of the most active in recent memory, with several rare species being spotted across the islands. Tonight in Sustainability First, Alvaro Emanuel explores how we play a vital role in helping the birds survive their long journey.
Bahamas First, putting sustainability first for our people and our environment. What's first for you and the planet comes first for us.
The Bahamas may be known for its sun, sand, and sea, but it's also home to an impressive variety of feathered visitors. Each year, billions of birds migrate across the globe in search of food, warmer weather, and nesting grounds. And for many of them, the Bahamas is a vital stopover along the Atlantic Flyway. Local naturalist Elijah Sands says the archipelago's diverse habitat, from pine forests to mangroves, provide refuge for these traveling species.
Over 60% of the about 380 species of birds that have been recorded in the Bahamas are actually migratory species. And so the Bahamas is a key place for a lot of these species. And without the Bahama Islands, a lot of these birds won't actually be able to complete their migratory journeys or survive.
From tiny hummingbirds to rare piping plover and Kirkland's warbler, these species rely on Bahamian ecosystems for rest and nourishment.
In Andros specifically, we actually have one of the largest wintering populations of the Atlantic population of global piping plovers. And so we have birds like the piping plover, we have birds like the Kirtland's warbler, which is one of the rarest songbirds in the United States that breeds exclusively in Michigan and nearby areas and winters almost exclusively in the Bahama Islands.
Sands says this year's fall migration, which began early September, has already been one of the most active in recent years. Citizen science tracking birds' movement through apps like eBird have documented hundreds of sightings, including several species not seen in the Bahamas before. The naturalist adds the effects of climate change plays a part. With the Bahamas serving as a seasonal home for many of these migrating birds, Sands explains what we all can do to ensure they keep coming back year after year.
So you even think about things like sea level rise. Of course, in the Bahamas, that's very important to us. A lot of our tidal flats and coastal areas are some of the most important areas for some of these migrating shorebirds in specific, like the piping plover. So as things like sea level rise happens, these areas will disappear.
Reporting for our news and reminding you to put sustainability first, I'm Alvaro Emanuel.
Still to come in our news, today in history, find out interesting facts about the day that was October 16th. Then in our news at 7:30, French political group COI responding to online allegations of internal division. Plus, we'll tell you the legislation government is working on to regulate the rental industry when our news returns.
Every week, one show drives the national conversation. On the Record. We challenge the issues, ask the tough questions, and dig deeper. We bring in the experts, the decision makers, and the voices that matter. Our discussions shape policy, influence change, and inform the public like no other. Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. and again on Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Catch us streaming live on Facebook or catch up with your favorite episodes on our YouTube channel. The conversations that shape the Bahamas start here, on the Record.
NFL season is back, and Cable Bahamas is bringing the action straight to you.
Okay, so let I take it from here. This season, Cable Bahamas is the Bahamas' #1 NFL provider. More games than ever before. With any live fiber infinite bundle, Trio or Trio Plus, you unlock Thursday Night Football, Sunday Ticket in 4K, and every highlight that matters. Just opt in the Sports X for $5 a month.
And don't miss a touchdown. Sign up now.
Watch Thursday Night Football exclusively with Rev and the Live Fiber on channel 747 and 748.
Embrace technology.
These fine skirts, blouses, shirts, jumpers, boy shorts and long pants, neckties, socks.
Understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
I was just telling my friend I wish I could get my Our News updates sent to my phone, like a WhatsApp message or something, you know?
Haven't you heard?
Well, who say that?
It's me, Jerome, your news godfather, and I'm here to update your life.
Well, how do you plan to update my life exactly? Because I don't think I'm understanding. Care to elaborate?
Our News has launched its broadcast channel, so now most important updates come straight to your WhatsApp.
On this day in Bahamian history, in 1985, the 8th Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting opened in Nassau. It produced the historic Nassau Accord urging South Africa to end apartheid. The Commonwealth also formed an eminent persons group to investigate and report back the following year. And in 2019, a $300 million heads of agreement signed for Phase 2 of Baha Mar Resort, including a new water park. To learn more about the events that shaped the day that was October 16th, head over to ournews.bs. That's going to do it for us in News at 7. Megan Shepard is up next at 7:30. But it's time for Thursday. It's the new Friday. Entertainment correspondent Danielle Miller. She's somewhere on the island getting the weekend started. Want to find out from you, Denny, where are you tonight?
Hey, Ken. I am at Claudio's, Atlantis Paradise Island. Of course. Why am I here? Because I'm getting ready for Halloween on October 25th. And you see this hair? This is me this week. But next week, call me Lucy, because it about to be on and popping. New hairdo, new person. Please, if you see me in Aura, act like you didn't see me. DJing will be international DJ Puffy. He is returning once again. And yes, that's the only thing I can talk about right now, Ken, because I am too excited to dress up in my costume and to hit the nightclub. But if you want to know what else I'll be doing this weekend, tune into Thursday is the new Friday on our social media platforms. And for your weekly dose of entertainment news, tune into our 7:30 p.m. broadcast with Megan Shepard. All right, guys and gals, you know the drill. Until next weekend, deuces. Back to you in studio. This lobster will look good.
Must be nice.
Listen,
Must be nice.
That's
so
my
jealous.
only comment. Must be nice.
Must be nice. Thank you so much, Kendina. Well, stay tuned to our news on Thursdays to see more escapades like this one with our Danielle Miller. And don't forget, stay locked into our news every week from now until December for your shot at driving away in a brand new 2025 Hyundai Creta. It's the ultimate giveaway brought to you by Our News, Alive, and Automall. And you have even more chances to win with fun trivia and giveaways on our digital platforms. We've got some extra prizes courtesy of Automall and Alive. To learn more, head over to ournews.bs to learn how you can win. Good luck. Here are your latest headlines. First tonight, our Berthany McDermott is standing by live at the governing Progressive Liberal Party's headquarters, where their first 13 candidates are being ratified. And
after weeks of tension, Prime Minister Philip Davis sat down with union leaders today. But what came out of the talks? Under Vado Emmanuel, and that story coming up tonight on Our News.
And later, managing clients and managing a personal illness. Our entertainment correspondent Danielle Miller is continuing to shine a spotlight on women in entertainment. We have the details for these stories and so much more when our news continues.
Access to real-time updates and news at 7:30?
Yes, you get it first and direct and unfiltered.
Okay.
It's perfect for our viewers who want to stay on top of what's going on.
Well, I want to stay in tune. Are you talking about like recent crimes and political updates and heartfelt stories as well as sports coverage?
We're talking exclusive updates, behind-the-scenes content, major announcement, everything you actually care about.
Nice. I love the sound of that. So this is like VIP access to the news you don't want to miss. So what are you waiting for? Be sure to press the notification bell on the WhatsApp broadcast channel so that you don't miss out on all of the real-time.
Danielle here. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you want to see more great content, be sure to hit that notification button and follow the team you already trust.
Welcome to Paradise Games, where exceptional service meets the ultimate gaming experience. Our dedicated team is here to make every visit a win.
Now this is paradise.
This is more than just a place to play.
Now this is paradise.
It's where excitement meets world-class service.
Now this is paradise.
Now this is paradise.
Come, experience it for yourself. Now this is paradise.
This October, the Baha Mar Culinary and Arts Festival returns. October 22nd through 26th. Experience world-class cuisine from top chefs and immerse yourself in extraordinary art and celebrate the culture of the Bahamas. And on Friday, October 24th, global superstar Lenny Kravitz takes the stage for an unforgettable concert. The Baha Mar Culinary and Arts Festival. Savor the world, celebrate the Bahamas. Tickets at bahamarfestival.com.
Tired of weak, over-the-counter bug sprays? Step up your pest control game with professional-grade products from the Struckham Shop. From powerful insecticides to trusted gel baits and termiticides, we supply the same products used by Struckham Commercial Pest Services, now available for DIY homeowners and small pest control pros. Whether you're protecting your home or building your business, get the edge with the Struckham Shop.
In the Bahamas, island time is real. The history of Mora's Lumber Company, established in 1945, is etched into the fabric of this proud island nation. It's a story that deserves to be celebrated in full color, and that's where we come in. Mora's The Paint Place has been bringing color and vitality to homes and businesses across the Bahamas. Here, color is more than just a hue.
Welcome to our news, and thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Megan Shepard. The Progressive Liberal Party turning up the heat on the campaign trail, gearing up for its candidate ratification event tonight at their party headquarters in the capital. Excitement is building ahead of the big reveal, with PLP supporters and hopefuls gathering as the event gets underway. Earlier today, Darren Pickstock confirmed on social media that he's among the candidates to be officially ratified, calling it a humbling moment. Now, our birthday Berthany McDermott is live outside the PLP headquarters where the event is set to begin soon. Berthany, what can you tell us? How's it looking? I see lots of action happening.
Megan, the event is set to get started in a matter of minutes, and you are right about lots of action. The situation here has changed tremendously in the half hour from my first drop to this one. The area now behind the PLP headquarters completely crowded with PLP supporters, all excited, enthusiastic to hear the 13 candidates that the party is expected to ratify tonight. And like you mentioned, Darren Pickstock made an announcement on Facebook this morning that he will be ratified tonight for the Golden Isles constituency. We can also tell you in the number will be Sebas Bastian, Pia Glover Roll, JoBeth Colby Davis, Jomo Campbell, Jamal Strawn, Fred Mitchell for Fox Hill, as well as Leon Lundy, Mario Boled, and many others. Now, of course, we'll be here all night for all of it, and we expect this situation to again continue to grow as the night go on. Now, in getting here, the situation again, a chaotic one on the streets, as the Farrington Road area where the headquarters is located completely blocked off with many again enthusiastic supporters coming by bus and their individual cars, all excited to hear about those candidates that will be ratified. Now, of course, at the end of the night, they will hear from Party Leader and Prime Minister Philip Davis. But for now, coming to you live from the PLP headquarters here in Farrington Road, I'm Berthany McDermott, sending it back to you on the desk, Megan.
All right, thanks so much for that, Berthany. And of course, we will have all of the details in tomorrow's newscast. Be sure to stay tuned. Meantime, Free National Movement leader Michael Pintard says his party stands ready to contest the Golden Isle seat should the Prime Minister call a by-election. House Speaker Patricia DeVoe confirming she has officially informed Governor General Cynthia Pratt of the sudden passing of Environment and National Resources Minister Vaughn Miller. We now await a writ from the Governor General, which will officially signal another by-election season. Unconfirmed reports say some F&M party members prefer to skip the race to save funds for the general election. Speaking to reporters on the sidelines of the lying-in state for former Cabinet Minister Dr. Norman Gay at the House of Assembly this morning, Pintard says they're confident they'll take the seat whenever the Prime Minister decides.
Brian Brown is an exceptional candidate. He's been in the constituency for more than 10 years, working diligently with residents. He has solved many of critical issues related to families. He's done life with them. He lives with them. And so we are more than pleased that we have a candidate and a team. He has an incredible team. Many persons who had served with the government before and had worked with the PLP are now working on his team, persons who are not engaged in politics. So we're excited that when the time comes, he'll be ready. But the most important thing is, again, the government ought to go and look for a new mandate. And again, we're making ready to answer that call.
Of internal tension within the Coalition of Independents are circulating online, claiming that senior members and financial backers held a private meeting without party leader Lincoln Bain and deputy leader Dr. Veronica McIver. According to the reports, some within the COI allegedly expressed concerns about Bain's leadership style and discussed possible changes ahead of the next general election. But the Coalition of Independents is pushing back, calling the claims false and misleading. In a statement today, the party says no such meeting ever took place and there are no financial backers withdrawing support. The COI maintains it stands united behind its leader. And two education unions say they're walking away satisfied tonight, following what they describe as a productive meeting with Prime Minister Philip Davis. Our Delvado Emmanuel has the story.
It's a meeting many been waiting for. Prime Minister Philip Davis sat down with union leaders today to address their growing concerns. Two major education unions walked away pleased Thursday morning, following a high-level meeting with Prime Minister Philip Davis on the ongoing National Salary Review. Union representatives from the Bahamas Educators Managerial Union and the Bahamas Educators, Counselors and Allied Workers Union say they received clarity on their members' position and assurances that outstanding matters will be addressed before Christmas. BEMU President Stephen McPhee says this was their second meeting.
Just like the first, we got results. We were pleased with
what was agreed and what was discussed.
McPhee adds managers and supervisors within the Ministry and Department of Education were mistakenly excluded from the government's salary review study, an omission he says the Prime Minister has since acknowledged and agreed to correct immediately. He says his union expects members will receive their salary adjustments as their counterparts by the promised deadline.
We know that the director and the deputy director would have been included. And as they are post in our career path, our claim was, as managers and supervisors, we should have been considered and treated the same.
And for the Bahamas Educators, Counselors and Allied Workers Union, President Sandra Major also described their talks with the Prime Minister as positive and productive.
We understand that this is the Prime Minister's gift to us as teachers. At the beginning, we were not on the list, but he has assured us that teachers are included in this.
Now, while both unions got their chance to air out their grievances with the government, the Bahamas National Alliance of Trade Union Conjurers were not invited to do the same, which resulted in them gathering in masses outside the office of the Prime Minister, making it a second day they have protested this week. When asked why Beckerwood didn't take a similar stance, Major had this to say.
We saw no need to participate in any action taken because our members' rights, they were not violated.
Reporting for our news, I'm Delvado Emmanuel.
All right, thanks so much, Delvardo. Well, Housing and Urban Renewal Minister Keith Bell says his ministry is working closely with the Ministry of Economic Affairs and the Office of the Attorney General to draft new legislation aimed at regulating the rental industry. Bell telling us government has noticed a rapid increase in apartment rentals across the country, prompting concerns about fairness and standards. He adds the goal is to protect both landlords and tenants, but does government have the capacity to police the industry?
Persons come to my office, and just to give you some of the cases where you now have landlords without any notice, they're going up on their rents up to $500 a month. They disconnecting the electricity, they're disconnecting the water, and all of those sort of things. At the same time, you have tenants who are simply not paying. They refuse to pay. They lock the doors when the landlord is coming. You have all of these issues that we need to address, and you have some persons living in conditions which are not habitable. And so there are a myriad of issues that center around this whole issue. We have to police this because at the end of the day, if we don't, then it becomes another burden to social services.
All right, well, we've still got lots more news to share with you tonight, but first, meteorologist Greg Thompson joins us for your first look at temperatures. Greg.
Yeah, thanks, Megan, and happy Thursday evening, everybody. Beautiful conditions on the outside, just a few clouds and temperatures rather comfortable, 81 degrees. Your winds out of the northeast at 10 miles per hour, but your field strike temperature is a very comfortable 86. Satellite radar composite, we have that frontal boundary across the southeast Bahamas, now pushing into Hispaniola, dropping a couple of isolated showers across that area. Most of the activity just to the east of Hispaniola, but high pressure is building in behind. We have two weak boundaries that's going to be moving through. One moved through the capital earlier this morning, dropped a few showers. Another one will be dropping into the northern Bahamas by tomorrow, and that should continue to reinforce the weather conditions, beautiful conditions we expect for the next couple of days. That's a quick check on conditions around the island. Stick with us, a look at your extended forecast and the tropics still to come.
When our news comes back from the break, a popular restaurant and pub at the center of social media controversy speaking out, calling those online allegations completely false. Plus, a former cabinet minister and a distinguished servant of the Bahamas lying in state today. That's coming up when our news returns.
In the Bahamas, island time is real. The history of Morris Lumber Company, established in 1945, is etched into the fabric of this proud island nation. It's a story that deserves to be celebrated in full color, and that's where we come in. Morris the Paint Place has been bringing color and vitality to homes and businesses across the Bahamas. Here, color is more than just a hue, it's a symbol of life. Together, we can paint a brighter future.
Family, how you look so down? Set up all cold and flu, could flip that frown. All the coughing and that runny nose cannot last. You must come back to work and class. Set them all can deal with that fast, yeah. Try set them all cold and flu, daytime and nighttime too. Try Setamol, cold and flu, and get back to the better you. Available at pharmacies nationwide.
Distributed by Lowe's Wholesale Drug Agencies Limited.
The popular Cricket Club restaurant and pub has become the center of social media controversy after an anonymous user alleged employees at the long-standing establishment were being mistreated. Manager Dominique Smith says she was shocked by the post, calling the allegations completely false. Smith says in their more than 30 years in business, the restaurant has never faced accusations of this nature and remains unsure where the claims originated. And to put the rumors to rest, Smith says that they've sought legal advice and even requested an investigation from the Labor Board.
Following week, I was contacted by a representative from the Labor Board about interest in doing an investigation. They came in, they interviewed all the staff already, and they didn't have any problems with our staff. They checked our records to make sure we were actually paying out the tips. So this has already happened. That happened last week.
Smith explains the investigation found no issues with staff treatment, but says the damage has already been done, with an estimated 10% drop in revenue.
A lot of them took it hard. Because when you see a post like that, you're looking around in the room, and you're like, why would you do this? Why would you do that? A lot of them, they have families, they have situations whereas financial responsibility, there's a lot of financial responsibilities, and they're looking around and they're like, why would you try to destroy their bread and butter?
All right, well, a final farewell today for a distinguished servant of the Bahamas. The body of Dr. Norman Rupert Gay, former cabinet minister and longtime parliamentarian, lying in state at the House of Assembly, as family, friends, and national leaders paid their respects. The day began shortly after 8 this morning with the family, followed by the Governor General, Prime Minister, Deputy Prime Minister, cabinet members, the opposition leader, and other dignitaries. Public viewing was held from 1 to 5 p.m. Minister of Housing and Urban Renewal Keith Bell and opposition leader Michael Pintard reflected on Dr. Gay's contributions to the country.
He poured everything he had into his family, into the youth of this nation, and certainly into the country, and may his soul rest in peace.
Dr. Gay has had an extremely impactful life. As a young person growing up, there were several things that struck us about him. His commitment to medicine and his commitment to wellness, not just anti-aging, but the importance of us eating right, exercising, and taking care of our body. He had a track record in sports, and he was a strong advocate for sports development and the role it could play in national development.
It's now time for tonight's Financial Market Minute, brought to you by RF, your local investment bank. This has been your Financial Market Minute. To explore the best performing mutual funds in the Bahamas, visit our website at www.rfgroup.com.
Coming up in sports, one Bahamian gets on track through sim racing, a forearm sidelines the basketball cut in the AZL, and sports stars are among the many national honorees.
Bahamas. NFL season is back, and Cable Bahamas is bringing the action straight to you.
Okay, so let I take it from here. This season, Cable Bahamas is the Bahamas' #1 NFL provider. More games than ever before. With any live fiber infinite bundle, Trio or Trio Plus, You unlock Thursday Night Football, Sunday Ticket in 4K, and every highlight that matters. Just opt in the Sports X for $5 a month.
And don't miss a touchdown. Sign up now.
Watch Thursday Night Football exclusively with Rev and the Live Fiber on channel 747 and 748.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
I was just telling my friend I wish I could get my Our News updates sent to my phone, like a WhatsApp message or something, you know?
Haven't you heard?
Well, who say that?
It's me, Jerome, your news godfather, and I'm here to update your life.
Well, how do you plan to update my life exactly? Because I don't think I'm understanding. Care to elaborate?
Our News has launched its broadcast channel, so now most important updates come straight to your WhatsApp.
Dad, so you tell me that I have access to real-time updates and news at 7:30?
Yes, you get it first and direct and unfiltered.
Okay.
It's perfect for our viewers who want to stay on top of what's going on.
Well, I want to stay in tune. Are you talking about like recent crimes and political updates and heartfelt stories as well as sports coverage?
Welcome to Our Sports, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. Let's do show. When I was a kid, I watched superhero cartoons, and that never inspired me to do anything but ask for more action figures. What Ryan Woodside watched as a kid set him on a path to a career in motorsports. Woodside has charted his racing course using simulated racing and social media to increase his profile and earn new opportunities in the sport. Inspired by the Disney Pixar film Cars, Woodside began his racing journey primarily through video games. After moving several times between Calgary, Alberta, Canada, at home in the Bahamas, to the United States in Virginia and Tennessee, Woodside nearly gave up on his pursuit of the sport due to its costly nature and lack of sponsorship. He eventually found his way into sim racing and started producing content through Instagram and TikTok. His following attracted the attention of several racing teams and companies. It also earned him an opportunity to go to Las Vegas to test out a Lamborghini Huracan Super Trofeo. Now a member of Praga Kart's 615 racing team in Nashville, Tennessee, he finished 5th in his first race with the team at the Music City Kartplex. Woodside is also a brand ambassador for Redline Ace Design Agency and VRS Sim Racing. Forearm fatigue. It could mean anything, it could mean nothing. The ambiguity of a sports team's injury report is meant to leave us all recklessly speculating, so we'll just hope Sebastian Walcott is back to the field pretty soon. The Texas Rangers' top prospect has been shut down from his Arizona Fall League stint due to forearm fatigue. Walcott is expected to rest for about a week before he's reevaluated. Just before the shutdown, he showed exactly why he's so highly regarded in the organization for the Surprise Cigueros. He drilled 2 hard-hit balls, 104.3 miles per hour to center, followed by a 110 mile per hour double nearly in the same spot. He completed a full season at AA Frisco where he hit .255 with 19 doubles and 13 homers. The move is considered a precautionary measure as he continues his development. Some of the country's most high-profile athletes were among the latest group of patriots to receive national honors. Hundreds of national heroes were recognized at the 2025 National Honors on National Heroes Day at Government House. Among them, several pro athletes received the Order of Distinction Companion, including 6-time WNBA All-Star Jonquel Jones and Olympic gold medalist Stephen Gardner, who were both on hand at the ceremony. Others receiving the honor included NBA stars Buddy Hield and DeAndre Ayton, along with MLB All-Star Jazz Chisholm Jr. Pro basketball player Kai Jones and NBA rookie VJ Edgecombe received the Order of Lignum Vitae. Prime Minister Philip Davis referred to the honorees as the reason why the Bahamas continues to stand tall through every storm, adding that all Bahamians, especially the youth, should find motivation in the honorees' dedication to service. That'll do it for Our Sports. This is 10YS. I was today years old when I learned y'all didn't really mess with Rick Fox like that. Y'all didn't see him Game 3, 0-1 playoffs against the Blazers? UNC, game winner against Oklahoma? Blue Chips, he got game? Greenleaf? Nothing? Okay. Back to the studio.
Still ahead on our news tonight. Our Women in Entertainment series continues. Find out which boss babe our Danielle Miller sits down one-on-one with up next. But first, Greg is back in the Weather Center with a complete look at your forecast across the country. Stick with us.
I was just telling my my friend I wish I could get my Our News updates sent to my phone like a WhatsApp message or something, you know?
Haven't you heard?
Well, who say that?
It's me, Jerome, your news godfather, and I'm here to update your life.
Well, how do you plan to update my life exactly? Because I don't think I'm understanding. Care to elaborate?
Our News has launched its broadcast channel, so now most important updates come straight to your WhatsApp.
Dad, so you tell me that I have access to real-time updates and news at 7:30?
Yes, you get it first and direct and unfiltered.
Okay.
It's perfect for our viewers who want to stay on top of what's going
Well,
on.
I want to stay in tune. Are you talking about like recent crimes and political updates and heartfelt stories as well as sports coverage?
We're talking exclusive updates, behind-the-scenes content, major announcements, everything you actually care about.
Nice. I love the sound of that. So this is like VIP access to the news. You don't want to miss it. So what are you waiting for? Be sure to press the notification bell on the WhatsApp broadcast channel so that you don't miss out on all of the real-time updates.
Every week, one show drives the national conversation. On the Record. We challenge the issues, ask the tough questions, and dig deeper. We bring in the experts, the decision makers, and the voices that matter. Our discussions shape policy, influence change, and inform the public like no other. Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. and again on Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Catch us streaming live on Facebook or catch up with your favorite episodes on our YouTube channel. The conversations that shape the Bahamas start here, on the Record.
Joshua Williams here. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button and to follow all of our social media pages. Also, don't forget to push that notification button so that you can see.
This is our news. Welcome back. Frontal boundary now across Hispaniola, dumping some showers and thunderstorms across that area, possibly even near the Inagua, the extreme southeast Bahamas. That front will meander across that area for another day or two before it dissipates, but we do have two weak boundaries, one that moved through the capital, northwest Bahamas, early this morning. That's going to continue towards the southeast, and then another one should bring us some reinforcing air, and that should move into the northwest Bahamas by tomorrow. Taking a look in the tropics, broad area of disturbed showers and thunderstorms associated with the tropical wave moving across the tropical belt, 15 to 20 mile per hour towards west-northwest. National Hurricane Center giving that a 20% chance for formation. Into the Caribbean, quiet there, tail end of that frontal boundary across Hispaniola and into the far northwestern Caribbean. Gulf of Mexico is also quiet at this time. We are also going to be monitoring two other areas for over the next couple of days, up there in the northern Atlantic and another one in the Caribbean for some possible tropical development. But of course, we are approaching the end of the Atlantic hurricane season. Future forecast showing the moisture associated with that second boundary coming through our area, dropping across the central Bahamas earlier today, and now it's going to be pushing towards the southeast, and that will bring us a couple of showers. And once again, drier mass high pressure will be building in by the end of the week. Boating forecast, caution flag for the northwest and central Bahamas, especially the Atlantic. Northeasterly winds 15 to 20 knots, 4 to 6 foot seas, but they will be building up to 8 feet in northeasterly swells. For the southeast Bahamas, caution flag for the Atlantic side there as well. Your winds more lighter, northeasterly 10 to 15 knots seas, 2 to 4 feet, but up to 6 feet in northeasterly swells in the Atlantic. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In the extended forecast, lovely weather expected for the next several days as temperatures will stay in the mid-80s during the daytime. Some of those temperatures could be approaching the upper 80s. Nighttime temperatures will be in their low to mid-70s, and of course, dry conditions expected. Before I go, I want to say thanks to all the family members who participated in the McKinney's family reunion in Williams's Bight. Look forward to doing it once again. That's a look at our weather. Make it a safe night, everybody.
Thanks so much, Greg, and welcome back. Well, our entertainment feature tonight shines a spotlight on a young woman best known for managing one of the Bahamas' most popular homegrown artists, with her client performing at major festivals across the United States and even gracing the Miss World stage in China. She says her true passion has always been to help build the country's local entertainment industry, a goal she continues to pursue even while battling a life-threatening illness. Our Danielle Miller has her story.
They know you as Julian Believe's manager. Yes. And I think the whole world. And this is the world that knows you're his manager.
Yes.
What we want to know is, how do you deal with Julian?
A light-hearted moment between Petra Haven and I as we spoke about her journey in entertainment. Most people know Petra as Julian Believe's manager, but this multifaceted professional wears many hats in the creative world. She's an athlete, a trained dancer, and a marketing graduate, a background she says became her blueprint for change.
When I moved back home, I recognized that a lot of these entertainers and creatives, they need representation.
That realization led her to launch Chameleon Management Group, and she even played a key role in shaping the country's Anti-Doping and Sports Act. But behind her professional success lies a personal battle: kidney failure.
3 years ago, I went into renal failure. So 3 times a week, 4 hours each time, I have to sit down for dialysis.
Yet, despite the treatments and long wait for a transplant, Petra hasn't slowed down. Driven by passion, purpose, and her faith.
Pouring myself into work is what really keeps me going. Also my faith in God. And I have a really, really, really amazing support system. Like I can't sit here and say that I do it by myself. You know, through God and through my support system, I've been able to make it through.
Reporting for our news, I'm Danielle Miller.
Great story. Thanks so much for that, Danielle. And thank you for joining us for our news tonight. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Megan Shepherd. We'll see you right back here tomorrow night. Have a safe and wonderful evening. Hey guys, Megan Shepherd here. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to click that subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. Just click right over here. And don't forget to turn on your notifications so you stay up to date with content like this from the team you